Hello, and welcome to Team Two's presentation on Meta or Facebook. Team Two consists of Addison Grace Barron, Trinika Antoinette Christopher, Burke Driscoll, Kathleen Idings, and Jamie Kevin Morrow.
Company overview of Meta. Meta launched in 2004 as Facebook. It wasn't until 2021 that it became Meta. The platforms consist of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Threads. It is headquartered in Menlo, California, and across all platforms they have 66,185 employees. Meta's mission: giving people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. They run their business off of 5 principles: give people a voice, build connections and communities, serve everyone, keep people safe and protect privacy, and lastly, promote economic opportunity.
Facebook operations mainly involve the transformation of raw content into user-friendly formats. Facebook operations provide a platform for users to migrate between their profile pages, their timeline, real-time updates, and their friends and family whereabouts. When it comes to marketing and sales, Facebook has a proposed 3 billion active monthly users. The platform provides advertising opportunities for external businesses and uses that to capitalize from it. Facebook uses artificial intelligence generated algorithms to recommend pictures and videos to the current users. By doing this, the app attracts more users, and the more users that they have, the more businesses that are more likely to purchase advertising opportunities from Facebook. For Facebook, outbound logistics relates to the provision of the packaged content and how efficient the app is relatable and flexible to the modern culture. For example, Facebook does a great job at staying innovative and adjustable when it comes to introducing new features. They have introduced recently the Messenger app, for example, which is an app that you can direct message their friends or users that may not be their friends. They also introduced the live feed feature where users can record themselves in real time and upload that into their profile. And recently they have introduced the shorts feature, kind of like what TikTok has going on right now, whereas the users record themselves and upload it to the top of their feed where all of their profile friends can view what they have going on at that moment. Also, Facebook knows that it is important to stay innovative in today's time, so that way they don't have to worry about being left behind, like MySpace, for example. When it comes to the inbound logistics of Facebook, Facebook uses an extensive amount of sophisticated hardware, software, and data to make the app extremely accessible and user-friendly when it comes to making updates and making sure that the app is user-friendly and easy for all the users to migrate between their profile and things that pertain to the app. When it comes to the intangible resources, Facebook offers content, enhanced communication between customers or its users. It creates generated demand, and it gains marketplace intelligence and has an increased productivity rate. When it comes to Facebook service, the app actually works for itself. So whenever you're having problems with the app, you will click on the account settings tab, and any type of problem or issue that you're having, you will click on the tab to where that tab will lead you into the problem in which you're trying to fix, whether it's regarding your login and password or whether you're trying to get in Facebook Marketplace and buy and sell items, or whether you're trying to find ways to interact with private groups. A lot of the problems that you'll run into on Facebook, you can actually fix those problems on your own because of the built-in feature where the app works for itself.
Meta's business strategy is designed to deliver against its vision statement, which is Meta builds technologies that help people connect, find communities, and grow business. To achieve this mission, Meta is divided into two parts based on the two segments it operates within. Those segments are called the Family of Apps and Reality Labs. Family of Apps, or FOA, includes Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Within this platform, revenue comes from selling advertising placements to marketers. Ads can appear on Meta's platform of apps, third-party applications, and different websites. Reality Labs, or RL, includes Meta's Quest devices, software, and content to connect a range of social experiences including education, training, gaming, and entertainment. Focus is to develop the metaverse and generate revenue through sales of consumer hardware products, software, and content. Within these two platforms, there are product managers. Product managers have responsibility across the regions. Product-based divisions help to support the creativity and innovation within these two platforms. They involve corporate or global teams managing operations of specific products.
Mergers and acquisitions. Meta acquires companies that pose risks to their financial growth. Instead of competing with their competitors, they essentially buy them out. Meta's acquisitions of WhatsApp, Instagram, and Oculus helped them grow into the internet social media leader they are today, but they have acquired over 100 companies since 2012. So, key issues with this. They seem to spend a significant amount of money in buying out their competitors. Aside from Instagram and WhatsApp, Facebook, Meta has spent billions on companies they do not necessarily need or necessarily use. And then many of the companies acquired are considered talent acquisitions, and once acquired, Meta shuts down the products that are acquired. So to me, it seems like some recommendations here is maybe think before buying out companies. Don't just buy them out because you can. Look for other ways to beat the competition out first before you buy them out. It seems like Facebook sinks a lot of money into buying out these companies so that they don't have to compete with them. And while that works great for them, maybe a recommendation to cut costs would be to stop buying out competitors and compete with them.
Meta's focus strategy is to be the leading social media platform. A focus strategy is a direct attention to narrow product lines and enable business to obtain advantages through differentiation or cost leadership. Meta's focus has been on social media platforms, of which they command a stronghold over competitors, ranking in the top spots of most popular platforms in 2023. Meta has been intentional about acquiring competitors to build their social media empire. In 2012, Facebook saw an opportunity and purchased Instagram for $1 billion. They took a company that was generating no revenue to now bringing in $17 billion annually. This enabled them to stay more relevant with a younger demographic. In 2014, Facebook purchased WhatsApp. This was a strategic move as WhatsApp is the most popular messaging app globally.
Corporate governance is defined in Dries via Monks and Monod as, quote, the relationship among various participants in determining the direction and performance of corporations. The primary participants are 1. Shareholders, 2. The management, led by the CEO, and 3. The board of directors. Is it possible that the Meta board of directors can help align the motives of management with keeping in mind the interests of the shareholders? An issue that is present in Meta are points 1 and 2 that Dries places atop the characteristics ladder of an effective board. 1. The board chooses the CEO. 2. The board sets the tone. At Meta, the founder and CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, is also the chairman of the board, and undeniably, he also sets the tone for the corporation. The power of board of directors has been questioned in the past as being more of a rubber stamp board than one actually working to ensure the proper corporate governance. The current makeup of the board of directors for Meta Platforms is, as mentioned, founder Mark Zuckerberg and 8 independent directors. As stated in the company's website, quote, the board acts as the management team's advisor and monitors the management's performance. The board also reviews and, if appropriate, approves significant transactions and develops standards to be utilized by management in determining the types of transactions that should be submitted to the board for review and approval or notification. However, with the concerns raised around societal issues and whether the board of directors were equipped to respond to such issues, Meta in turn responded by creating an oversight board. The oversight board was made in 2018, and the charter provides for future candidates to be nominated for board memberships through a recommendation portal operated by the U.S. law firm Baker McKenzie. There are 20 members on the oversight board with the defined purpose of, quote, promoting free expression by making principled, independent decisions, issuing recommendations on the relevant Facebook company content policy.
Meta operates within the matrix organizational structure, which is a combination of the functional and divisional structures. Within this approach, functional departments or geographic units combined with product groups on a by-project basis. This structure is well suited to meet the dynamic operational needs of a global tech company such as Meta. The matrix org structure helps to provide flexibility to multinational operations to respond to changes. Meta's divisions are divided by corporate function-based departments, geographical divisions, and product-based divisions. Corporate departments that correspond to teams based on a business functions. Departments are led by senior managers. Within this structure, decisions are implemented through hierarchy of functions. Some function-based departments have blurred boundaries with other divisions. Corporate control is used to maintain direction of operations worldwide. Pictured here is an example of what a matrix organizational structure might look like.
We all know the brand name Facebook. What is the monetary value of that name and all associated with it? In Dries, intellectual capital value is defined by subtracting the book value from the market value of a corporation. At the end of 2022, the intellectual capital of Meta Platforms stood at nearly $144 billion. Areas that are covered by intellectual capital include employee loyalty, employee commitment to the work of the company, employee experience and skill sets, corporate values, and corporate reputation. For Meta Platforms, it stands to reason that their intellectual capital may be their biggest single asset. How does a company protect its intellectual capital? Companies in today's virtual workplace environment need to protect their intellectual capital more than ever. One of the biggest assets a corporation has is their employee base. As discussed in Dries, corporations must commit by extraordinary efforts to protect their human capital. And connected to the talent of one employee is also the importance of social capital and the tacit knowledge the employee has gained. The employee talent at Facebook and what they encounter in their daily work-life experience has been the subject of much critical speculation. Former employee Frances Haugen is considered a whistleblower due to her testimony in front of Congress regarding the work conditions and oversight at Facebook. In what is called the Facebook Papers, a series of internal leaked documents demonstrated some of the concerns many have of the company. Within these documents, highlighted were the issues about the employee work environment, including posts within Facebook's internal posting site called Workplace. On Workplace, there were numerous concerns raised by the rate of attrition in departments tasked with social responsibility, social safety, and civic integrity teams. Is the Facebook workplace environment a potential concern to retain their valuable employee base? But it is not all bad news for Facebook. There are 3 key activities regarding human capital a corporation like Facebook must participate in: attracting, developing, and retaining employee talent. As of October 2023, an ongoing study by the website Comparably, in which over 3,500 Meta employees took an anonymous survey about their workplace environment, the corporation scored in the top 10 companies to work for. Additionally, 58% of those polled said they would not leave Facebook even if offered more money. In fact, within the criticisms of the internal site for Facebook, many posters positively commented on the workplace environment. More than a few believed that their ever-evolving projects, constant changes, and multiple pivots required made them better leaders, even offering those employees a sense of increased value as they are truly needed to get the job done.
Now we'll talk about some of the restructuring plans that Meta has for 2023. So they have a year of efficiency goal centered around becoming a better technology company, improving financial performance in a difficult environment to execute their long-term vision. And to do this, they have different parallel work streams to improve organizational efficiency, increase developer productivity and tooling, optimize distributed work, and get rid of unnecessary processes. So their goal of this is to essentially make their organization more efficient, improve productivity, and get rid of those unnecessary processes that are redundant or that the organization no longer benefits from. So to summarize, this restructuring plan involves flattening the organization, canceling lower priority projects, reducing hiring rates, reducing the size of their recruiting team, laying off technology groups as of late April 2023, laying off business groups in late May of 2023, laying off international employees, and making the business flatter by eliminating several middle managers. So they're trying to eliminate people in the organization and make it more efficient with less people. So once complete at the end of 2023, this will result in a reduction of their team size by around 10,000 people, and they'll also be closing around 5,000 additional open roles that they have not hired this year. So what's the main goal of this restructuring plan, and what are the key takeaways? The main goal was to cut costs and improve efficiency so that they could lift hiring and transfer freezes in each group after restructuring, remove jobs and create a leaner, more technical company, and improve business performance to enable their long-term vision of bringing the metaverse to life and improving their technological performance. They want to keep being a technological company at the top of their mission, and by doing this, they feel that that's going to make them more productive as a tech company.
We'll now talk about Meta's geographical divisions. Social networking and advertising differs by regions, so to keep up with this, Meta operates different regional divisions. Meta is divided into the following regions: United States and Canada, Europe, Asia Pacific, and the rest of the world. Regional management teams are used, each with the responsibility to maintain profitability within their regions and ensure the business satisfies socio-cultural and political variations. Within this structure, HR is managed regionally, but other functions share resources and managers across regions. At times, operating at this global scale can be challenging to implement directives, as there may be variations in regional initiatives.
Now let's discuss some issues that Meta faces globally. In 2009, China banned Meta service platforms Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Facebook founder Zuckerberg has made it hard for Meta to create a level of persuasion due to high level of criticism for China. As you can see in the map, Facebook is not just blocked in China. There's other countries as well. Meta has a very high level of freedom of speech enlisted as well as political impact on the site. This is frowned upon for many countries that have high level of privacy and limited freedom of speech rights. Some recommendation for Meta is to aim for better communication with those that have Facebook banned. Aim to connect with them more and offer them opportunities and work with them for possible filtered sites to accommodate for their culture needs and laws.
When it comes to Facebook's competitive dynamics, Facebook's advertising technology includes powerful analytic tools that allow the businesses to measure the success of their campaigns in real time. These analytics provide businesses with valuable insights into their audience's behavior and preferences, helping them to optimize their advertising campaigns for maximum impact. So basically, because Facebook remains innovative and always introduces new features, it captures all the user's attention, and the users are pretty consistent when it comes to using the app. And because the users are pretty consistent when using the app, companies have a better chance of reaching the users and capitalizing from Facebook and bringing in new customers to their business. So the more that Facebook remains innovative and adjustable and introduce those newer features to stay relevant in today's time, the more users or stay active on Facebook and the more customers the companies can capitalize off of. When it comes to Facebook taking the initiative to collect data and manage it in a well way that where the app stays productive and innovative. Facebook collects vast amounts of data on its users' behaviors, interests, and preferences, which is used to provide more relevant and personalized experiences for the users. This data also helps Facebook to make informed decisions about its platform's development and the introduction of new features and services. So basically, the more that you use the app, the more that Facebook manipulates the algorithm to suggest pictures and videos that you prefer. So whenever a user likes or comment on a picture or video, the algorithm will suggest videos and pictures that are pretty similar to what the preference of the user. And the more that the algorithm manipulates the news feed, the more likely that the user is to stay consistent with using Facebook in the long run. When it comes to Facebook's competitive advantage, Facebook has the ability to innovate and adapt to changing market conditions. The company has a strong track record of introducing new features and technologies to its platform, such as video and live streaming, marketplace, and messaging services. These innovations have helped to keep the platform fresh and engaging, making it a more attractive destination for users and businesses alike. Who are Facebook's competitors? Apple has an enormous power when it comes to giving users control over their privacy. Apple has allowed its users to opt in and out of ad tracking when using its products. Facebook uses this ad tracking to be able to target users to generate the majority of its revenue. Google is Facebook's largest competitor when it comes to ads. Together, they occupy over 60% of the market. Google is the most visited website in the world and therefore is the first platform marketers think of for advertising. TikTok is Facebook's latest competitor. In just 1 year, the number of active users rose to 700 million. It now has over 1 billion active users. It uses addictive algorithms to keep users engaged, leverages social media influencers, and poaches Facebook employees by offering them 20% higher salaries.
To stay relevant, Meta must continue to differentiate itself versus competition. It is looking to differentiate itself in 3 key ways. The first is through diversification. Meta has had the vision for virtual reality to be the next social media platform. Over the past almost decade, Meta has been investing in virtual reality to become a leader in this technology platform. They announced in 2022 they were partnering with Microsoft to make Microsoft Teams and Windows 365 available in Meta headsets. The second element of their differentiation strategy is emerging platforms. AI will be the largest investment area for Meta in 2024. They see an opportunity to leverage AI within their advertising portion of their business. For example, they see this as an opportunity to create various versions of advertisements, which highlight different selling points. They also see that AI-driven feed recommendations can help be a way to drive sales. The last part of their differentiation strategy is their ecosystem integration model. Meta has been working on an integration plan that will allow users to cross-communicate across WhatsApp, Messenger, and Instagram. Within this integration, your inbox is mirrored across these platforms to provide a seamless user experience for users.
Meta's environment of the firm. There are 6 environmental factors that have a great effect on a firm: demographics, political, socio-culture, economics, and global. Let's break down a few of these. Demographic trends. The user demographics across the Meta platforms varies. For example, Instagram has a younger generation, while Facebook leans towards the older generation. Political segment. There are big issues for political manipulation, misinformation, and hurtful content spread on the Meta sites. Socio-cultural privacy concerns. There are heavy concerns for data sharing, which will eventually result in members abandoning the site because they don't feel safe and secure. Technological. Meta makes frequent updates to its platform to match up with consumers' current desires and technology trends. Some recommendations for the firm. It's always better to launch a new segment on Instagram first, as we all believe the younger generation typically adapts faster to technology changes. Political segment improvement needed. Possible content moderation and algorithm oversighting should be added. The growing relevancy to privacy awareness needs to be studied and addressed on Meta's behalf, as there are duplications of Facebook accounts as well as hacking happening every day. And Meta needs to continue to keep up with the rapid changing technology so that they can stay on top of their competitors.
As previously mentioned, the internal leaked document from Meta Platforms, commonly called the Facebook Papers, did highlight a number of high-level concerns, including the social responsibility of the company. Particularly of concern was the negative impact Facebook is having through its owned Instagram platform on the mental health of users, especially the mental well-being of teenagers. Additionally, there was an internal push to appeal to an even younger audience. Facebook created a team to focus on a potential product for children between the ages of 10 and 13. An internal Facebook document from 2020 titled, "Why Do We Care About Tweens?" This team reasoned that, quote, they are a valuable but untapped audience. Other areas of concern are the spread of misinformation regarding elections and disease, altered images used for the misrepresentation of events, and targeted attacks involving invasion of privacy, including cyberbullying. A question to be asked is, does a corporation have a responsibility to society? And if the answer is yes, then what are the relevant checks and balances that need to be in place to form a strong corporate governance environment? To date, Meta has created the Oversight Committee and worked internally on setting up safety policies and procedures. However, it is not realistic to think a company can simply police itself. One idea is to create specific government internet oversight agency, very similar to how the Federal Communications Commission has standards for public television and other forms of public media. This commission could be singularly focused on the misinformation, mental health, and privacy concerns, and can hold companies like Meta accountable to make sure that safety procedures are always in place. The composition of such a board should include mental health experts, especially those with backgrounds in adolescent well-being.
Now I will discuss Meta's strategic leadership strategies in 2023, which goes hand in hand with the restructuring they've done this year. Their two main strategies are to create a flatter organization by eliminating middle managers to boost profit, and to make Meta nimble, which means they're ready to adapt, navigate challenges, be more efficient, and driven by the organization's purpose. So, some challenges with this leadership strategy is that nimble structures are more typical when a company is small. Multiple layers of management helps prevent and guide employee ideas and drive conflict resolution. It takes out the reliability and predictability in complex company organization methods. And flat structures rely on constant communication, decentralized decision making, and self motivation of employees, which can be hard to achieve in a large company like Meta. And flat structures are difficult to get right, and there are few companies succeeding at implementing the structure. Issues with Meta's strategic leadership strategy for 2023 are essentially that Zuckerberg's premise seems to be that laying off thousands of employees is going to improve organizational efficiency, which could backfire by fueling competition among staff members and increasing conflicts with fewer managers to help resolve the issue since they're cutting middle managers, creating unofficial hierarchies where some employees take it upon themselves to be managers, causing employees to lose loyalty in the Meta brand, lowering productivity, and decreasing innovation. And so, some recommendations that we have for that are to check in on current employees, focus on developing your current employees that you haven't laid off, respect employees and how they are feeling and check in with them, communicate with them, be understanding, let them know that you care that you had to lay those employees off. Be transparent. A lot of people are more loyal to their managers than the company. So, with cutting middle management, it's crucial that they be open and honest. Do employee engagement events with their current employees. Get the employees excited about where Facebook Meta is headed and invest in supporting them so that they feel safe and that they're not going to be the next layoff. And then finally, offer incentives for being productive. Extra vacation, gift cards. The incentives don't have to be big. Just make the employees value being productive and still in line with Meta's mission and goal. This concludes our case analysis and recommendations for Facebook Meta. Thank you for listening.